to speak, I see a gentleman that is standing there. That is Dr. David Walcott. And I just called David. I said, David, I'm going to 31 Ladyman Square. Why don't you join me? He said, yes, all right, Donovan, I'm coming. Within 5 minutes, as a matter of fact, he was here before me. But that just goes to show you the people who utilize their time well is the people who will always excel in life. And there's no magic solution, you know. And as I stand before you, David is one of Jamaica Road Scholar. Look at him, Dr. David Walcott. Speak, perhaps how many languages speak David? 4, 5? 7 languages. One of them, Arabic. Arabic.
Teaching yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, I was immersed in a multicultural space during grad school. And I realized a lot of the folks very much speak to each other different, and so I picked it up by interacting with them.
So I just thought it would be a good inspiration to have David here, because David presents to a lot of the 500 fortune companies in the world. As a matter of fact, I invited him to the presentation that we'll have on the 2nd of December. But he said, boy, can't make it because I'll be speaking at another engagement. Which engagement is that, David?
It's in El Salvador.
El Salvador. What was it?
Oh, it's for a bank called the IDB, or it's a development bank that supports impact across the entire Latin America. So from Argentina all the way to Mexico, including the Caribbean.
So, you know, perhaps David was in your position one day, at one time, as a matter of fact, not knowing exactly what life will unfold, whether perhaps one day, and I spoke to him and I said, David, did you have it in mind to become a Rhodes Scholar? He said, yes. That was always in my mind. That was my ambition, to top everything that's around me. Be one day, be a Rhodes Scholar. And not only David, I spoke to Dr. Nigel Clark, who was the ex-minister of finance, also a Rhodes Scholar. And I had similar discussion with Nigel, and Nigel said to me, you know, Donovan, it was always my ambition to excel. I didn't know that I'd become a Rhodes Scholar, but eventually I got there by doing what I was called upon to do. Nothing more, nothing less. And I did accomplish what I set out in life to accomplish. Now, you know, I don't want to really drag out this meeting, but it's important for me to impart to you, ladies, gentlemen, the importance, not just presenting to you at the meeting that we'll have on the 2nd of December, but to tell you the reason why we get where we are, how we go about accomplishing and achieving success. Because I remember as I spoke to my friend here beside them, so I asked somebody this question. I was a very shy person. Always in my little corner. If I was in a room, I would draw to the corner so nobody would ever. But you answer a question. It was so important to me eventually to really step up and be a part, be counted among the people who is around me, who I can learn from, who I can use as a motivational force, just like my daughter, who in her young stage motivated me. I remember back then, the little girl, she was about 4 or 5. And she took violin lessons and piano lessons and stuff like that. And the person who was the teacher at the time said to me, you know, Mr. Lewis, because I'm Stephen Woodham, I don't think I'm going to send up Catherine to take that exam, because I'm accustomed to getting 100% passes. Obviously, Catherine was standing right beside me. I'm side-eyeing her, and she's staring up at me to see what my reaction would be. So I gazed at her, and obviously she had a slight smile on her face, as much as she said, "What he's talking about? I'm going to go there and show him who is boss." Anyway, she took the exam, and by doing so, she not only excelled as the #1 student in Jamaica, but in the entire Caribbean, perhaps listed among the world's top in violin. So Catherine went on to be lead violinist at what school is it? Immaculate? Catherine, Immaculate, with Stephen Woodham. And Catherine was always like one of you guys, and I'm sure Steve must have picked up the bright ones to be sitting around this table today. Academic excellence, but always, she used to say to me, "Daddy, if I get 50, no matter, I'll pass. I just need to pass." I said, "That is not it, Catherine. You need to excel. You need to move to the very top." Anyway, Catherine was always the sort of person that very easygoing, no big thing. And when she went to university, she started to step up to the plate. Obviously, graduating with a Bachelor of Laws, as a lawyer of our own law firm, Lewis, Smith and Williams. Eventually, she said to me, I'm not doing anything else. I'm not going to do any more studies. I did a bachelor's degree or a LLB degree. Don't need to do any more. I said, "Catherine, what you see me doing? I'm in business. You have done law. Need to step up in the business world and get a master's degree," which of course you did. So it's just a journey for all of us, a journey throughout our lives that each and every one of us must understand where we want to be.